Hey, it's Jay, and I'm here today with a discussion video about whether or not books need trigger warnings. So right off the bat, I'm gonna say yes, I think trigger warnings or content warnings should become normalized and standard in books, at the beginning of books. I've only ever seen five books that I've read at least that have trigger warnings. I asked a few people on Twitter, like, if they've ever read books that has trigger warnings, and they listed a few. So they're definitely out there, but I think they should become more common for books that need them. The ones that I've personally read are, or that have content warnings at the beginning, are The Last Eight by Laura Pohl, Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nyan, The Princess Saves Herself in this one, The Witch Doesn't Burn in this one, and The Mermaid's Voice Returns in this one by Amanda Lovelace all have pretty much the exact same content warnings. And I know I haven't read any of other Amanda Lovelace poetry books, but I've heard that they all have trigger warnings. And for those of you that for some reason think triggered means angered or uncomfortable, that's completely wrong. Triggered means that if you hear a word, smell something, see something, taste something, anything, it can give you pretty much like a flashback or make you remember something that was very harrowing for you. Like if someone says KYS, then it's possible that someone could like have a flashback to when a friend of theirs actually did commit suicide, and they could go into a panic attack or something even worse than that. But I've heard from, like, this video is partly in response to Erika Sanchez's tweet about how she's not going to include trigger warnings in her books because there's a lot of crap that teenagers go through, and they deal with normally. And, like, yeah, that's true. We do deal with a lot of shit, especially in this current political climate, but that doesn't mean that we're not going to be affected by what the content of the book, and we need to know because we need to have an informed decision about whether to continue reading that book or not. And especially as a young adult author, it's your responsibility to protect your readers in every way that you can. So I had a friend who said that she saw the post about the content warning, and said it's kind of self-censorship in a way, but then again, people nowadays are so worried about offending people and triggering people. It's just interesting to think about. And I said, like, after I said what I'm going to say now, she agreed with me, and I said that they should become more normalized in books, because if someone's reading something thinking that everything will be fine and dandy, then something comes across that triggers them, they weren't expecting it, they could have a bad reaction like a panic attack or relapse or something even worse. And whether or not they deal with it, and there's a lot of kids that deal with that stuff and survive, it's still something that should be included more to help protect young readers. Like, they need to have that informed decision about whether or not they want to continue reading, and whether or not, like, even if it diminishes your book sales, it's still your responsibility as a children's author to do that. And, like, you may think, like, why do books need trigger warnings? Well, movies have trigger warnings, ratings, PG-13, R, it's like, this includes sexual content or brief language or something, etc. And recipes and food have trigger warnings. This contains peanuts. You may be allergic to the kind of alcohol used in this or something. That's a weird example, but I know it's a thing. Like, Markiplier can't have alcohol. Shows even have, like, basic trigger warnings, like PG TV 14 or whatever. Like, it tells you that this is for a mature audience. You need to be aware of this, or like, we can't be held responsible for anything that happens or whatever. So tell me down in the comments what you think about trigger warnings and what books you've read that have trigger warnings in the beginning of them. I'd be very interested to read more. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified whenever I upload. I upload every Wednesday, and occasionally extra videos. Down in the description are links to my different social medias, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.